Hey, 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 Brannon Beliso here. It is Friday. What is it? February 24th, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on the West Coast. I like to acknowledge the time and the date every time we start this show. It brings me full center, it brings me present. And the present is all we really got. And so the ability to be fully present, you'll hear it from the Dalai Lama, Tony Robbins. Anybody will talk about the value of being present, the power of now. That book, everything is about being present. If I'm going to teach better, if I'm going to serve better, if I'm going to have a happier life, the ability to be fully present is powerful. So if you are present as you come aboard, put in your name. Let me know where you're tuning in from, the name of your school, and share this. Share. What's up, James? James, Resilient Martial Arts in Colorado. How are you, my brother? I hope life is well. So again, as you come in, do say hello. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're tuning in from, because I appreciate you. And we are a collective of people. We're just trying to figure out this thing called life. And I know it's not as glamorous as some slick, ad or some kind of thing that I'll get you 1 billion students in 3 days, but it's the truth. We're all just human beings trying to find a way to be successful in our small businesses and be happier and take care of our family and take care of our team and our community, right? And not be so freaking stressed out all the time and save for retirement. I don't think you guys are asking a lot. And that's why I'm so passionate and committed to the small school owner, which I believe I am. Master Nam, Prestige, what's happening, sir? And so I have a deep passion for the small business owner. I think it goes back to my grandma, who owned little coffee shops. I kid you not, just some diner counter that sat 20 people and that's what it was. And I worked in those things growing up, and my grandma was able to bring 7 children over from the Philippines, help all of them buy homes. She owned 2 homes in San Francisco. It was pretty amazing that she was able to do that, right? But she did that as a small business owner, as an immigrant from another country. And to me, maybe it's just romantic for me, but it is the American dream, right? You come from another country, you come here and you try to create a better way for your family. And my grandma was, because my grandpa died in the Japanese War, she was a single mom, never remarried, never did any of that. And my grandma is, to me, one of my biggest heroes, and she's been gone since 1980. She's still one of my biggest heroes. And I think that purpose that my grandmother shown me as a child, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And so I do. I talked to a school owner today, and all he wants to do is take good care of his family and grow his school to a point of prosperity, right? So he's not stressed out every month. I get it. I don't think you guys are asking a lot, but it's going to take a lot of hard work to get there. And I'll be very candid. It's not going to be some freaking digital ad that's going to save your school. Unfortunately, they give you that smoke and mirrors because they're prying upon your fear and your state of emotion. You see it, just scroll through your feed. 90 students in 10 days, right? You only pay for the students you get. And it's just, most of it is a lot of crap. It just is. But they're pulling upon your heartstrings and your fears. And so when I talk to school owners and I tell them, you got to work. You have to learn to write systems. You have to learn to develop a team. You have to become a company people want to work for, right? You have to do all these things. They look at me like, man, I just want to teach martial arts. Well, that's why one of the first books I have everybody read that I'm blessed to work with is E-Myth by Michael Gerber. And his example was a baker. She loves to bake. And then she opens a bakery. And guess what? She's not baking anymore. She's hiring. She's doing her marketing. She's ordering all the supplies. She's running a business, right? So it changes dramatically, people. It just does. And if you're not okay with that, then I'm not sure what to tell you. I just know I watched my grandma cook. I watched my grandma prep. I watched my grandma clean. I watched my grandma do all these things when she was able to. And, it was powerful. It was powerful. And so if she could bring 7 kids over from another country, help them all buy homes, own 2 homes herself with a little freaking coffee shop, that's powerful. So you can do it too. But you have to be honest and you have to do the real work. Cool? All right. So let's start by thanking my sponsors. Of course, who do we have? We have Tusa, Market Muscles, My Studio, Kids Love Life Skills, and LC Accounting. 5 companies I believe in, 5 companies that will never be perfect, but like any company, they will make things right. When we set up the new partnership with Tusa, the first thing I said is, you got to go to bat for me. If somebody comes to me and they use my name and go to you and they order something and they're not happy, I will be on your doorstep at 12 midnight and you and I will throw down. And Gunny laughed at me. He goes, it won't have to be that way, sir. I said, just to let you know, anybody that I partner with, I'm always ready to go to bat for. And we had a challenge a while ago with my studio, and I went to bat for the client. I will do that for you. So if you want to work with any of these 5 companies and you feel that they're not serving you well, you come to me, because I'll vouch for you and I'll go right to the people that need to go to and make sure that happens. And they know that. And it's not a defensive stance that they take. It's a relationship of honor that we have forged together. If I was to call up Steven Reinstein right now and say, you guys aren't happy with ABC, his team would motivate. And not that you have priority because you work with me. No, it's because we have a commitment to each other as people, as a relationship. Cool? So I love my sponsors. Make sure you get them. Boston's coming up. Who's going to join us in Boston? It's Time Live Boston, April 23rd. I'm out there. If you're around on Saturday, Marco has his grand opening for Focus Martial Arts. We're going to be out there. I'm going to help support that. I'm going to run some of the games on the floor for him. I'm going to throw on a Focus Martial Arts t-shirt. I'm part of the team because everything is awesome. And I'll be there supporting Marco and Amy because that's what we do. That's what we do for each other. And I'm so looking forward to that. And that's going to be a good time as well. So if you come on out to Boston, you might have the opportunity to witness the culmination of what we do on that Saturday. Cool? So get signed up for It's Time Live Boston. Come on, there's a lot of people. As you come aboard, say hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. I see Resilient Martial Arts, Letitia, Master Nam at Prestige Martial Arts. Come on, let us know. Let us know. All right, so let's hop into this. What is this all about today? We know traditionally summertime is not always the best time. The majority of martial arts schools look at summertime as probably a couple of really challenging months for them, right? Very challenging months. Hey, what's up, Jason? Believe Martial Arts. And so we look at that time as a very challenging time. I know that. And people will dread it. People go on hold, right? We don't have the income. And we do all kinds of really Svengali stuff, right? Okay, we'll put your membership on hold. We won't charge for 2 months. And then, we'll extend it for 2 months on the back end, or something like that. Or you keep paying while you're gone during the summer, but we give you the 2 months you paid for that you're not here on the back end. I wouldn't do any of that. For us now, this is where we're at. We don't put anybody on hold because I think the challenge with that is when we reactivate your membership in August and you don't come back, then you're hitting us up 2 months later going, we never came back. We meant to quit. Refund our money. I don't want to deal with that. And I want to be able to look at my dashboard on a daily basis and know what is my true active count. So if you take this summer off, we cancel your membership. Yeah, we do. And people say, wow, that's really bold. Well, that's how we choose to go. All right. Another Facebook user. Who is that? Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name, where you're tuning in from, and the name of your school. And share this with everybody because at the end of the broadcast, we're going to give away 1 ticket for either It's Time Live Boston for that Sunday, or you could use it for It's Time Live Balance. Somebody reached out to me. They said, hey, could I use this ticket and do a 1-hour consultation with you? I said, I'm cool with that. As long as you get the value of the gift that we're offering for you, sharing this live broadcast right now. Don't share it at the Disruptor page, though. Share it at a different group because our goal is to grow this thinking, to grow this tribe of people that want to find a new way, a better way to do business. Cool? All right. So put in your name, the name of your school, where you're tuning in from, and please share this somewhere that I'm not present, that I'm not part of the group. Cool? You got that? All right. So the first thing I would consider is that, when you look at how you're handling your memberships, or as we call them, tuition investments, what does that look like for the summer? Well, number one, you should be saving your money, socking it away because you know that summers are going to be slower, right? Be mindful of that. We have a lot who travel for the month of December. Stop putting people on hold after last year for the same reason. Yeah, because then you're eating it in January with people wanting refunds. So let me get this straight, and that's not a good relationship. And it's kind of like that. Well, and it's true. Well, you may not have a spot when you get back. Well, I don't want that. Can you just put me on hold? Well, no, because we don't want to reactivate your membership until you're back, blah, 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 blah. But you can, because once all that information's captured in my studio, right? You don't want them to have to set up a brand new membership. So we will, with a lot of good people, will say, please put us on hold. And we will put people on hold with no return date. We've done that. The challenge is, and that's why you got to take accurate with your attendance. We go in, we take attendance, and it says Johnny's not in the system anymore. So then we go right to Slack. We go into memberships and we go, Johnny was in class today. Boom. Admin gets it, right? They take a look at it. They go, oh, great, Johnny's back. He is. Wonderful. Says in his notes he was on hold. He's coming back in January. Didn't know when, the first day, second week. So then they reactivate it. I'm okay with that too, because once you cancel their membership completely, in order for them to get set up in my studio, they got to input all that information again. Okay. So hold without a return date is okay. Everybody with me? So great. Let's look at summer. So the one thing we do that's super important when you start hitting May, and I'm talking about before graduations and all that stuff, put a couple really good events in place. One is Family Fun Day. That's a big one for us. We're getting our families primed, right? That, hey, this is your tribe. This is your unique village that's helping to raise the kids. So we do a Family Fun Day. We do right before summer. Another thing that we do is the life skills that we choose. So I think one of them that we choose is commitment. I think another one we choose is practice. And we tell them, remember, you're still committed to your martial arts. So make sure, blah, 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 blah. And so they're earning that commitment badge. But through those 2 weeks of commitment, we're talking about, hey, we know a lot of you are off during the summer, but remember to be committed to your martial arts, practice during the summer, and those different things. So you see what we're doing is we're trying to create a mindset that, yeah, you're gone for the summer, but you're still committed to the martial arts. We know that, we believe that, and we believe you'll be back in August. Cool? So those types of life skills in the month of May coming up to June can really help promote that. Now, here's another big one. The virtual classes. Those have helped us during the summer. We had a lower quit rate, a lower on hold rate, because there's a group of students that can attend virtually during the summer. And even if it's just one year one class, one year two class, one year three class, one year four class, even if it's just that on your virtual schedule, having one class per week can be super, super valuable, because if that kid's in Hawaii on vacation, you give mom an hour break, for that kid to do one class a week out of that whole week of vacation, you're not asking a lot. Right? And the parent's happy to get this kid out of their head for 1 hour. You feel me? But you got to set them up that way. Oh, we want to go on hold because we're going on here, here, here. Did you know we do have a virtual program where they can attend one class a week? And some people will flatly say, my kid can't learn virtually. Okay, great. We'll put you on hold without a return date, right? So notify us when you come back. You can do that too. So that can help a little bit. The 15-minute virtual privates can help shore that up, right? And keep them active during the summer. And here's a big one, okay? We offer 3 different tuition investments: once a week, twice a week, and 3 days a week, right? Now, whether they do once a week, twice a week, or 3 days a week, the curriculum is designed in a 3-month cycle. They're all progressing to their next belt. That's a whole nother success never sleeps. But just know that, because that's the first question I get. Well, what curriculum does the once a week student do? Right? Because the other one comes twice a week. The other one comes 3 days a week. Know that the curriculum we design satisfies that all 3 programs or tuition investments are moving to the next belt collectively. Okay, just know that. So what's unique about that is you might have a kid who's 3 days a week or 2 days a week, or will just simply, for the lack of a better word, downgrade to once a week. And that's powerful. I was talking to a school owner that says, well, when soccer rolls around, people put their membership on hold, or they quit, or blah, blah, blah. I said, well, number one, I would recommend you really increase your level of life skills learning, because you want to show people you're an investment. You aren't an extracurricular activity. You're not one of the cyclical activities a child does in a given year. Because I'll watch kids do that. Mine do it, except my son, who's really committed to basketball, my daughter to soccer now. There was a while where they did soccer, basketball, t-ball, and they were just finding their way. They were finding their way. But if you really, from day one, position your school as a community of life skills education, that changes the day. And that's why I share when you ask that parent when they walk in for the trial, what are your goals for your child, right? Discipline and focus. Great. Have the student parent discovery sheet for discipline, one for focus with the badge attached to it, and you give that to them before the trial. So while they're sitting there watching their kid in the trial, they're looking at these discovery sheets and the badges going, nobody's ever handed this to me. Ever, 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 ever. So that's important as well. So when they're coming into that summer, a lot of those kids don't want to fall behind. They don't want to not be in the same class with their buddy in August. And you might even put that in social media posts, right? Don't fall behind this summer. Keep up with your classmates. Move to virtual during the summer. Do virtual private lessons, right? Don't miss out. And that way they simply go from 3 weeks or twice a week to 1 day a week. That's manageable. I don't care if I'm in Greece, unless the time difference is that dramatic, right? If you're 14 hours different in Thailand, that's a different day. But for the most part, if it's just a few hours and they're in New York or they can do that virtual lesson. So be mindful. If you're going to do virtual classes, guess what? They're out of school. You have more flexibility. Maybe you should be doing that virtual level 1 class at 2:30, 3 o'clock. So it doesn't mess with your in-person schedule, and it satisfies people that are 3 hours ahead on the East Coast or 3 hours behind in Hawaii. Anybody with me on that? So again, I think that's something new that's came out of it, out of the whole pandemic, is a lot of people are okay with doing those classes. And it's wonderful to look in on a virtual class and see some kid in Hawaii on the lanai, see another kid in New York, up in a skyscraper apartment. It's very cool. It's very cool. So please don't discount that. All right. So that's another way to show up your summer. Let me see the comments. Jason Smith, being a life skills expert in our community has put us in the position to be one of the first calls from our local schools for any of their needs. Yeah. And I mean, again, if you walk in with donuts in August, Jason, in your karate uniform, they see right through that crap. But if you consistently put yourself in the position to be reader of the day, wearing just a martial arts t-shirt, and you go in there and you read the focus book that I wrote, right? And then you give it to them for the classroom, you donate it to the library, those type of different positionings. I did one at Robert Louis Stevenson, and they wanted me to bring a demo team, and I said, no. I will come in there and do a confidence building workshop. So again, and we're handing out confidence sheets. We're handing out anti-bully student parent discovery sheets. So again, how you approach that, you can either make or break it. And over time, the community will trust you. To the point, Jason, I have one coming up at a private elementary school. I'm going to do 3 talks, kindergarten through 1st, 2nd grade, 3rd and 4th, and 5th through 8. $1,500, folks, for 3 40-minute talks. Okay, right? So it's becoming this revenue stream because we are trusted. But you have to be consistent, right, Jason? You got to consistently. The thing is, you're looking for that home run hit right now. There's no home run hit. It's consistency over time that earns that trust. Cool? All right. So another one that we do, borrowed from Dave Kovar, and I really love this one. We do the Summer of Excellence. And what that fundamentally means, we do a summer of excellence. We do, one of my clients are hitting me up. Wade Taylor of Team Martial Arts, you should be on the show listening to us, but I'll send this to you later. Team Martial Arts is a classic example. They've been working with me in Wisdom. They're at an all-time high of about 260, 270, and they're looking and scratching their head going, wow, this is almost happening on its own. No, it's not. You spent years planting seeds like a good farmer, right? Walnut tree, 7 years to maturation, then it produces walnuts every year. Same thing here. Please think long game when it comes to cultivating a generational business that people are going to trust, okay? Just stay with me on that. But you got to work smart, you got to work right, and you got to have an action plan. Okay, so Summer of Excellence. What that means, you get a big ballot box, clear acrylic. Every time they come to class, they get a ticket, okay? And they love that because some kids just don't go on vacation for the whole summer. Another one is when you do a specialty event, which you should be doing lots during the summer. Lots of them, buddy days, Nerf days, whatever. You should be doing tons of them. And guess what? Every time you come to a specialty event, you get 5 tickets. You bring a buddy that's never been here, you get 5 more tickets. So those type of specialty events, that incentive. Then, of course, at the end of the summer, in August, we do a family fun day. And that family fun day, you don't have to be present to win, but you should do a certain amount of gifts that you pull that you have to be present, right? Maybe grand prize, since you've been promoting it, a PlayStation all summer or an e-bike or something like that. You don't have to be present to win. But I think to counter that, because it's such a huge letdown, right? It's so anticlimactic to go, all right, grand prize winner is crickets in the night. Nobody, the guy's not there or the girl's not there. So it's wonderful to say, okay, you know, we're going to do a certain amount of prizes to people that are here. Okay. You with me? And then so they're culminating these tickets and it's a hype. You got social media posts. Look at Johnny today. He came to the buddy day and brought 3 friends. Johnny got 25 tickets. Our next event is our glow chuck, black light party. So again, you leveraging social media is powerful for that. Okay. Super, super powerful for that. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. All right. So everybody got that? Summer of Excellence. Any questions about that? And as you come aboard, for those people coming in and joining us a little bit into the broadcast, please put your name, where you're tuning in from, and the name of your school. And make sure you share this on a page that I'm not associated with. Okay? Because I hear you guys posted at my pages. It doesn't help grow the Disruptor Tribe and what we're trying to do. And you're entered in a drawing to win a 1-day ticket for either It's Time Live Boston or It's Time Live Balance. And Balance is just the Sunday event, not the 4-day. 4-day is only for 20 school owners. Cool? All right. So we did the Summer of Excellence. Any questions about that? None. But again, it's promoting it. I see that big ballot box and the tickets just accumulating and accumulating. I've watched kids stand there and looking at it going, oh, where's my ticket? Right? I mean, it's just fun. It's a fun thing to do. Another big one, of course, is day camps, right? Day camps. And, I know a lot of people don't have that extra room for day camp. So if you're in that position, and we were too, in the first location with 2,200 square feet, we literally, I kid you not, we put a medical curtain down the middle. And at 3:00, the campers were behind the curtain. And on this side of the floor, we were running classes. There were sound bites. It was pretty hard at the end when that camp was getting big and they're trying to meditate on the other side of the curtain. You can't ask them to be quiet. But if you're on a microphone running this class, they're behind the curtain doing Legos and things like that. It's not horrible. So do consider that. We even took Wave Master bags and separated the floor for a while. Do not think because you're running 2,200 square feet that you can't do that. It's simply not true. Because, like I was talking to Master Nam about that, you have to start somewhere. My after school program had 5 freaking kids for the first year. My camp, when I started day camps 22 years ago, was me and 7 kids for 10 weeks. There were different kids every week, but it was 7 kids a week for 10 weeks. And at that point, 22 years ago, I had no team. I did 7 kids for 10 weeks. And it was hard, but if you stop and you cancel a camp because you only have 2 or 3 kids, those 3 kids will never come back to you again, nor will they sign up for additional weeks. The goal is whether I have 3 kids or 100, I'm going to rock that freaking camp. So camp structure is really important. But please, if you're going to grow your camps and you're not in a position to have the extra room like Marco does or I do not discount yourself and not offer camps, right? We draw from the local college for hirees, right? We get them from the local high school. So I don't burn out the team to run camps. But camps, I believe we have at both locations, are powerful. It's a great feeder system into our after-school program in Millbrae. When they finish after school, guess what? They sign right back up for camp during the summer. So it is an additional revenue stream. And if you're like me, I don't want to be an after-school day camp program with a little bit of martial arts. 75% of our revenue is still traditional martial arts classes. Because that whole life skills component that we want to position ourselves for, I believe, it's the Karate Kid, the Miyagi thing, that whole mystique of what a martial arts instructor can be to a child versus a freaking coach in a day camp trying to dole out life skills. It's really different. Who's with me on that? Anybody? And if you do it right, I will pay you top dollar. Okay. But in our day camps, make no mistake, we have 3 tiers because we only take 36 kids per location because we found that tipping point where after 36 kids, we're just spending money on staff. We don't really make any money as a school, and it's just very stressful, overcrowded, doesn't work. First 12 spots, $350. Next 12 spots, $400. Last 12 spots, $450. And we've been marketing camps since, I don't know, October, November. So you want to make sure they did. Is it too late? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. To get in the game, it's still not too late because then once those main camps are booked up, parents are going to be looking. So if you have a small camp, like I was talking to somebody who wants to start one out, even if it's 10 kids this summer, I don't care. I'm going to make it the best day of their life, right? And that's the big thing. I think martial arts school owners get hung up, and that's how you really want to hurt your attrition rate. Oh, there's only 2 kids in class today. Man, you teach it like there's freaking 100. And when there's 100 kids in class, you teach like you're teaching 2 in a private lesson. You feel me? So it's this, managing this through the ups and downs of your business, and especially summer. So camps are a big one, right? Camps are a big one. So I would consider doing camps as well. All right? Who's going to do camps this summer? Put it in there. Or who already does them? All right. I see people up there in the eye in the sky watching. Come on, tell me who's here, the name of your school, where you're tuning in from. And make sure that you're sharing it. Hey, Succeed Martial Arts. What's happening, sir? Don O'Neill. Don O'Neill. Don was with me, God, way back in the beginning when we started It's Time. He was one of the first It's Time live attendees in the ones we do here in San Francisco. Very cool, Don. Glad that you're here. Succeed Martial Arts. Good. We're already promoting our summer camps. I saw that. And that's really, really cool. And again, really promoting those life skills are important. You know, maybe shoot some footage, Jason, of kids sitting at the activity tables and you got a coach, you know, or one of your counselors going, all right, who could say focus, sir, and do a quick life talk, right? Because they'll never hear that in a basketball camp or anywhere else, right? They might hear a pep talk, but to hear that life skill, you awarding life skills badges, I could see that video. That could be a great one for promoting your camps, right? Because remember, it's not the kid buying the camp, it's the parent. It simply is, okay? Anyone else who's there, say hello, tell me who you are, where you're tuning in from. All right, so let's kind of review. We set people up for success for the summer, promoting life skills, right? We put people on hold with no return date, so we don't charging them and they never return. We're issuing refunds. Great. We do a couple of really strategic family fun days and stuff in May. You know, just like what else do we have? The mom and me party is in May. The dad and me party is in early June. So we have those two plus the family fun day. We're really promoting we are a culture. We are a family school. You know, we're that environment. We're the village. We're the village. We'll be right here in August when you finish, you know, all of your summer stuff. And then, of course, please make no mistake, you should have some automated flow going out throughout the summer going, hope you're enjoying your summer. Maybe have another one where you're sending we miss you postcards. Hey, we're missing you. Hoping you're having a great summer. Look forward to seeing you at the end of the summer. Maybe strategically, all those people who are on hold with no return dates or all those active students that have quit that you know should come back in August, you put in an automated drip system. Right? Could be something as simple as, hey, hope you're enjoying your summer. Here's a link to the stripe we're working on, right? Because we have curriculum videos for everything. What would that look like? Or, hey, guess what? We got a virtual class for your level 1 every Wednesday at 5:30. Come on in and just check it out and see what's going on. Not even if they're not on a membership, right? You could still do that. You want to stay on their minds all the time. So what does that look like? We miss you postcard. What does that look like? Email. What does that look like? Schedule a 15-minute virtual private. You know, what does that look like? We're going to do a get back into it workshop. We do a couple of those in August to get people back into it. So, I missed everything this summer. I don't know anything. Well, come on back. We'll get you going, get you reoriented so you're ready for September's curriculum. See, there's so many things you can do to nurture that culture, even though they're gone all summer. You know, think, put it in the comments. What are different ways you can connect with people who are gone all summer? Go. We miss you postcards. Go. A virtual group class. Go. A virtual get back oriented workshop. Go. You know, really endearing yourself to that tribe. Mom and me, dad and me, family fun day, right? Life skills, plant those seeds, come back. You're committed. You're part of One Martial Arts. Be there in August. Okay. Summer of Excellence. We're doing that in May. Guess what's coming up, folks? All summer long, you can earn tickets. Mom, why do we have to go off all summer? I want to earn tickets, you know, because I want to get the PlayStation or the e-bike or whatever, right? Again, plant those seeds early and often, as one would say, can help cultivate that. Then, of course, day camps. I'm figuring out what I'm doing this summer. We're going to do 3 weeks in Hawaii, but I got another 7 weeks I need to fill up. Oh, you have day camps. Great. Oh, my kid gets martial arts in the day camps. Oh, how cool is that? Right? Ironically, people don't put their membership on hold. They'll do their martial arts classes and do day camp. So, think about that student value at that point over those couple months periods. We have kids that do all 10 weeks of camp and do martial arts classes. Man, that's probably, what is that? That family spending $1,500 a month with us for 2 months? That's powerful. See, so summers don't have to be dead. Yeah, we miss you video. I like that one too, right? What would that be to get a text on mom's phone and going, "Hey, this is Professor Belisa. How are you? Just want to know we miss you, Johnny. Hope you're having a good time in Greece, sir." And mom goes, "Hey, look, Johnny, look, Professor sent you," right? On their minds, on their minds, on their minds. They come home from 3 weeks in Hawaii. Boom, there's a postcard. We miss you. Can't wait to see you in August, right? What would that look like? I mean, all of that adds up. You with me? Okay, put it in the comments. What else? What other ideas? I'm going to turn it on you while I do a couple of plugs. I want some of your best ideas for this summer. What are some of the great things you can do this summer to keep people engaged? And I got a few more. So I want to tell you, I'll be in Boston on April 23rd. Everybody knows that, for those of you coming on aboard. It's my only East Coast visit. We're going to spend a day, intensive. We will work on systems. We will work on curriculum development. We will work on staff training. We will work on storytelling. We will work on your social media. We'll work on setting your business up for success. So many people's, business setup from day one is all cockeyed. And there's no way you're going to be able to save money, grow that school, or do anything without proper financial structure. We just changed San Francisco to an S Corp after all these years, because we're constantly mining tax laws. We're looking at county laws. We're looking at everything. And Letitia, LC Accounting, is prime in that. I make them nuts because I always want to do everything I can to position my business to get the best tax breaks, the most write-offs. So you have to visit that stuff every year. So we moved San Francisco to an S Corp, where Millbury's still an LLC. So even something as basic as that, you can be setting up your business for success or failure, right? Yeah, it's not one thing that matters. It's everything in your business. It is, but you guys don't want to hear that. What you want to hear is, let me give you money, get me 100 students, in 30 days. Great. And you'll lose 110 because you have no systems. You have no system of staff training, right? You don't have the culture. You don't have the brand. You don't have the why. And your storytelling sucks. You have no presence at Google. You have no presence at Facebook. None of it. So I wish I could tell you there's this, here, let me do that. I've cracked the code. I'm going to drop some bombs. I've got the Holy Grail. I can't tell you that, people. I can tell you what I do day in and day out, and why our businesses have grown, sustained themselves through good times and bad for 22 years. I can tell you what my grandma did to keep those restaurants going. I can tell you what I did when I owned a DJ company for close to 20 years. I can tell you those things, right? Because I do it every day. And nobody's ever going to crack the code. That's just a bunch of crap. It really is. I'm the expert. No, I'm not. If this pandemic has taught you anything, nobody's the expert. It's a brave new world, and we're all simply trying to figure this thing out, right? So let's be real with that. And I want you to own that. Cool? All right, so it's not one thing, it's everything. Come on, what else you doing this summer? No one's got something planned already that you're working on? No, nothing in the oven there? Something you're culminating? Come on. All right, next one. All right, so another big one is, and right now we do one free trial class and you roll into a membership. Now, we haven't done this in years, all right, because I think your active student body can get a little bent out of shape. Well, it's a new student special. It's a new student special. It's a new student special. Yeah, but I've been with you 4 freaking years and I'm paying you full price. All right. So I wouldn't necessarily hang it in the window. I might do a Facebook ad, things like that. But another thing you can do is 3 months and a uniform for $297. We used to do 4 weeks in a uniform for $99, but 3 weeks and a uniform for $297. You may want to go that route. You may want to do 4 weeks in uniform for $99. Sure. I don't do those things. We haven't had to, but looking at where things are at with this, I think the recession's here, but people are, still debating that, saying it's not, it is. You'll see somebody opening a school on one side, you'll see another person across the country who's stagnant, right? So I don't think there's a right or wrong, but I would feel out my community and if it makes sense or not. I don't know if it does, right? But I would. Yeah, I love that, right? James, I saw that. Thank you, James. And see, that's where I'm at, sir. That's where I'm at because you know why, James? Hey, let me see. Here's what, James. Take a look at the new AT&T commercial where they stress new or old customer are treated the same. They're treated the same, right? The thing good about that, if you consistently treat people the same as James is sharing from that commercial, guess what? You earn people's trust. And so that's why we stopped doing that because then, it's that saying that I have hanging in our instructor's room. Treat every student today like it was their first day. Write that down, make a nice little poster, hang it in your instructor's room, put it in Slack in the team chat, talk to them about that. Because your retention at year 1, 2, 3, 4 can be, varied because we don't treat that person at year 1 with the same love we did, the kid at year 1 or year 2 or year 3. You got to think how much love we give a brand new student coming through the door. Well, guess what? I truly believe if we can do that with everybody, it will help reduce our attrition rate. So that's why I pre-frame that special, you guys, with be mindful. Because if your existing clients get wind of it, and remember, we don't have sibling discounts. And I have a family of 3 right now who got their 4 or 5 cousins to sign up. And this family of 3 has no sibling discounts. And they just bought a private lesson card, right? They bought 3 of them. I saw this thing coming for $2,300. I went, whoa, what is this? They bought private lesson cards for the youngest one. And they just booked a birthday party. What the heck? What the heck, right? That's just how much money are they spending in our school, right? And next week I'm going to be away at spring training, watching with my older son, watching the Giants, which is something we've always dreamt of doing together. But TJ is going to run a party in Millbrae. He's going to rock it. We're going to love those people because they bring so much money into our school and they tell other people. I mean, they are the prime. If you had to have an avatar for the perfect family in your school, this would be the people. They would be it. They would be it. So I'm always asking myself, well, what are we doing so well for them? Right? Can we mine that data? Can we write a system? Can we talk to the team and instill, how to treat people based upon the way we treat this family of 3? Sure, we're always trying to better that part. But that's one of the things I tell my clients. If you want to start writing systems and stuff on how to, treat people well in your business, take the longest term student with you who's been you since they were 2 and they're now freaking 17. Because there's a lot of clues there. Why have you been here for 17 years? Through the highs and the lows. Why? Why? And from that, I can write incredible systems. You with me? So if you are going to do 3 months in a uniform for $297 or 4 weeks in uniform for $99, please be mindful. You might get pushback. They might feel resentful. Because, hey, man, I got 3 freaking kids here. We pay full price. We bought a private lesson card. Hey, we're doing a birthday party and you're going to give some newbie, a kick butt deal? Come on. So that's one of the reasons why we also choose to stop that, because that was only my argument. Well, it's a new student special. So again, be mindful of that. But if you're a brand new school with 100 students or a school has been around for a couple of decades with 100 students, you probably want to be offering something like, 3 classes in a uniform for $19 or whatever the case may be. Just, I think the other downfall of that, and I want you to know both sides. I think a smart business person looks at best case scenario, worst case scenario. You got to look at both, please. And that's super important. You know me, I'm positive. I'm that guy. But smart businesses, even through my eyes of positivity, I will look at what is the worst case scenario of making this choice. That's simply smart business. It is, right? It is. So just be mindful of that. But if you're a new school, I would probably do it when the day's done. I really, really would. Because again, you want to get people through the door. But Sticker shock. That's the tough part. And we watched that when we did Groupons. We had all this traffic through our door. So much traffic. When we did the 4 weeks in a uniform for $99, we had so much traffic. But at the time, I think we were $199 for once a week, $239 for twice a week. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just went from $99 a month to double it to $199. That's big sticker shock, right? So be very careful in that if you're going to do 4 weeks in a uniform for $99 or the whole summer for $297 in a uniform, you plant that seed very clearly. After this is what it's going to cost you, right? This is what it's going to cost you. Again, that sense of transparency, because I don't want to sit there, for the lack of the better word, get in bed with you and then find out, 3 months down the road, I can't do it. I can't do that, right? So again, that sense of transparency will help you earn that trust. Cool? All right, so we took care of summer specials, summer of excellence, and then, of course, load it up with as many activities as you can. I don't know what we're going to do this summer, because we discovered last year, after we did 1.85 million with 0 buddy days, 0 parents' night out, 0 any of that we probably don't have to do as many events as we thought we needed to. Okay. Outside marketing in your community can really, really be a big thing this summer. Okay. And hold that thought. So with that said, though, how many in-house events are you going to do to help solidify your culture, which are retention events? And how many events you're going to do to get new students? I'm going to tell you, they're two different animals. Two different animals completely. And I want you to be mindful of that. If I post something at Nextdoor, which I love using, or at Google, right? Community bully awareness confidence building workshop, open to the community, open to the community. That is a whole different vibe than, hey, we got a mom and me party just for our moms at One Martial Arts. You see where I'm going with that? And one can dilute the other. And I don't want to do that. So we really thought about that strategically. And the first thing on our calendar predominantly will be our retention building events. Are those mucho important during the summer? They are. Even if you're not active, I want you to come to the Dad and Me party in June. Even if you're not active, get the kids out of your hair for a couple hours and come to our Nerf, buddy day. See, that type of stuff is really powerful. I can't tell you how many times I've ran into people at the mall or somewhere, where they're not active students anymore, but I tell the mom, hey, you're always part of this family. We got a parents' night out coming up for Valentine's. Just download the app, click on the event, and sign them up. I'd love them to be there. Ooh, makes the hair stand up on my arms, right? Because once you're part of one, you're always part of one, whether you have an active membership or not. And that's why I believe people will come to us 5, 7 years later with the sibling who's now 5 years old and happily enroll in a camp, or start lessons. You feel me? Because the relationship is more important than anything. Okay? Could you imagine how horrible that would be? Hey, how you doing, Johnny? We haven't seen you in a while. Oh, you want to come to the Betty Day or the Parents' Night Out? Yeah, just sign up for a freaking membership again, and you can come. You just cut yourself off. You with me? Anybody with me on that? Or tell me I'm crazy. A lot of people think I'm nuts. My wife thinks I'm nuts. Okay. So the first thing is to schedule those retention building events during the summer. And then second, how many, lead generating events are you going to do? And again, those I can promote at nextdoor.com publicly. Those I can promote at Google publicly. Those I can at my business page at Facebook. Anybody is welcome. Confidence building workshop, whatever the case may be, right? Those you promote publicly. Look for a parenting group at Facebook. We have the Parkside family. We'll post it right there. We'll post it. And we get tons of people from that. How many people wouldn't want a free babysitter for 2 hours on or 3 hours on a Saturday? Maybe you should do a parents' night out just for the community. Okay. That's another big one. A definite one for us, and you'll love this. This was my wife's idea, is the kindergarten meet and greets. And much of our August Saturday afternoons are occupied with several of the elementary schools' kindergarten meet and greets. We coordinated with the PTA. They normally bring the snacks and stuff. They'll do a little talk to all the new parents there. And we literally run an hour of games that are designed for them to interact, for these kids to meet each other, for these parents to talk. It's really designed for that. And in the last 30 minutes or so, we let the parents go in the back. They get to talk together. We got the kids on the mat. And you know what we do for that? We bring out all the Wave Master bags, lay them sideways on top of each other, and we build a big giant play structure. And these kids are running around playing, with the pads and the noodles. We just want to make sure they don't hit each other. And these parents are talking in the back, getting to know each other. You know how valuable that is to an incoming kindergarten parent? Well, I'm going to tell you. When my wife, we put Braden in kindergarten, we put Taya in kindergarten, the anxiety that was felt, particularly with Braden. By the time Taya went into the elementary school, we were pretty entrenched. My wife's on the PTA and all those different things. But that's where the idea came from. You know how many parents have anxiety going to the first day of kindergarten and they don't know anybody? Because Braden went to preschool in another city because we liked that preschool better. So we drove over to the next town. So none of his classmates, because most of them were from Burlingame, were going to go to his elementary school at Millbrae. So that kindergarten meet and greet, it's gold. It's just freaking gold. But you got to connect with the PTAs. And guess what the PTA has? The email list for all of those parents. Kindergarten meet and greet. Get to know the other parents, right? Get to know your school, blah, blah, blah. Nobody does that. That was my wife's idea. And I can't tell you how effective that is for us. It is so effective for us. It's so effective. So there's another one you should do, definitely. For us, there's also movies in the park. And this is where our cotton candy machine is very valuable because it's pretty warm during the summer. I guarantee you, your park and rec has movie in the park. I guarantee it. And if you are out there doling out cotton candy for free on a Saturday or Friday night for a couple of hours with a QR code with a sign that says, come take a free trial class. Here's our day camps. Here's our after school program. We're not handing out stuff. We just has a nice acrylic frame with a QR code on it. Everybody has a phone. They all shoot a picture. Man, I can't tell you how during the summer, that's valuable. Why? Because everybody's out of school. There's no school talks during the summer. There's no kindergarten, there's no reader of the day during the summer. But you don't have to throw up your hands and say, forget it, I'll just hibernate until August. No way. So we connected with the Park and Rec and we donate the cotton candy machine for that. We have the Art and Wine Festival, which happens at the end of August. There's another opportunity. So there's farmers markets. Team Martial Arts has a designated spot. They're at the farmers market year round now. Year round. So look for events like that. There's a lot of them. Go to your Chamber of Commerce. Go to your Park and Rec. Go to the Rotary Club, right? Those events are everywhere, and you can be part of them. Cool? And then here's another big one for the summer. And please put those questions in. I know I'm talking fast. I'm trying to cover a lot of stuff for you. New people coming aboard, did you put your name in there? Tell us your name, where you're tuning in from, the name of your school, and share this on a page with somebody that has nothing to do with me. Cool? And you're in our drawing to potentially win a day for It's Time Live Boston on the East Coast or one day for here on It's Time Live Balance. And if you want to change it to an hour of consulting, I'm cool with that too. All right. So we know mostly Sundays between the hours of 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., parents are in the park with their kids. Summertime, beautiful, sunny. All right, so this is one area that we target. I'm there playing with my kids on the play structure, 3-year-old having a good time. I see in the distance, I can hear music, right? Whatever the hit is. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. I look. Oh, is that Kung Fu Panda? Oh, balloons on each side, waving like this, helium balloons, right? And we have bubble guns, blowing bubbles. And we have rack cards in a basket attached to fruit snacks, organic fruit snacks, by the way. And as we get closer and closer, the kids see Kung Fu Panda. They all start running up to Kung Fu Panda. There's music playing. Kung Fu Panda's doing this. Our team is standing there passing out fruit snacks with rack cards. They're blowing bubbles at these kids. The music's playing. They're handing out balloons. We're out in 20 minutes, in and out. Boom. Parents take pictures with us. Oh, I got one martial arts. Ooh, you know what's a good idea? How about we put a t-shirt or on that uniform of Kung Fu Panda, he's got a QR code. Ding, 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 ding. Get a heat transfer, put a QR code going, take my QR code. And it goes right to a free class. In my studio, we have all our free trial classes on one page. Do a link tree. Do a link to a link tree. That'll work too, right? A link tree to all your different programs. Sure, you can do that as well. But there's another opportunity. Another one that we did, I was talking to someone about guerrilla marketing. Man, I was that guy who would teach all day, clean the school at night, then I'm out with a staple gun. And back then we had tear off numbers, and I'm hitting up every pole with a one martial arts. I hit every laundromat hanging up something on the bulletin board. Go to Jamba Juice, they have a community billboard. Go to Starbucks, they have a community billboard. Your Park and Rec, they have a community billboard. Please do the homework. And so there's a one section called West Portal, right, which we also have here in Millbrae, where people are out on Sundays, Baskin Robbins, eating ice cream, Starbucks, Bagel Cafe, they're doing their thing. Get a couple of your star kids, because they'll say no to an adult. Put them in a one martial arts t-shirt, let them walk up and down that freaking street, handing out handouts to people. You see? So, I mean, there's so many ways to do this, folks. There really is. There really is. And the thing is, I think you limit yourself to the conditioned thinking that, oh, summertime's the worst time of year, so I'm just going to bury my head in the sun until September. No, no, no. Is it a lot of work? Absolutely. Can you do all of it? No. Pick and choose, make the call, and make that decision. Cool? Cool, cool, cool. Any questions? Throw your questions in there. I would love to hear them. Whose brain is bleeding right now? Anybody's brain bleeding from all of this? Yeah, but again, this is 22 years of successfully running, schools and the different things we've done over the years. And I'll give you 8 hours of this at It's Time Live Boston or It's Time Live Balance. Imagine spending 4 days with me. You're going to be a changed person. That's the cool thing about It's Time Live Balance. It's 4 days outdoors. It's like a retreat. We do this, and I'm relentless. And people say, how do you have this energy? It's because I believe in it. And I think that's the big thing. As I was talking to a school owner, you don't want people to buy into your school. That's why I'm not the 1999 guy. I'm not the scarcity dude. 20 spots right now. I'm not, you have 72 hours to act upon this. The problem for me with that type of salesmanship is we're not getting people to believe in us. We're getting them to buy into us, right? To buy into us, because you pre-frame it. That's the climate you create with the 1999, right? With only 20 spots available. You have 72 hours to sign up, right? 2 free weeks. But if you sign up in day 3, I'm going to discount this and offer this and discount that. That's why we don't do sibling discounts. We do none of it. I don't want you to buy into what we do because we're cheaper, because we have a discount. I don't want you to do that. I want you to believe in us. That takes time. And I believe the intelligent consumer that can see past the smoke and mirrors of salesmanship, right? If they can get past that, then they will begin to believe in what you do. That's why I would rather hand you a student parent discovery sheet for discipline versus this really cool rat card, that your kid's going to get bullied if they don't do martial arts, right? It's just not my thing. So you see how you want to communicate that. Well, where does that all begin? Why? I believe martial arts. I want you to be successful. Oh, great. I get the why. My rat card says why. My social media posts say that why. My classes say that. The warm up. Who wants to be successful? Do those push-ups. Go all the way down, right? I sing that song 24/7, 365. You can't just randomly take someone's rat card because they say to do it that way and do that. So I want to be mindful of my brand. And that's my challenge with digital marketers. They want to hand me a script. They want to hand me a script and say recite it verbatim. I can't do that without editing it and adding in my why of live your best life. I simply couldn't. Never, ever, never, ever. Right? And so as you begin to see that, and Jason is experiencing that, his numbers are now starting to do this. For a while, he was stuck like this. They even dropped, and he was like, wow, what's going on here? Because when you're rototilling the ground, you're upheaving the earth. your culture is going to start going, oh, what the hell's going on? Right? You rebrand, the culture's going, oh, what's going on? I want the same old thing. I don't trust this anymore. Right? Oh, yeah, I get a little sprout, no fruit yet. Oh, man, I don't have no fruit. I'm hungry. Let me go over here and eat something else. See, but eventually I've seen it studying Apple, studying Disney, studying these different companies and owning stock in them. I'm watching it. Right? Watch Disney with Bob Iger being back. It's going to go up again. Right? Because it's the ebb and flow of a company. You have to be willing to go through change to grow your business. You have to. And with that change, you might feel a hit on your attrition rate. But if you stay at it relentlessly without bleeding out your company financially, if you can stay at it methodically, guess what? A great example of that is Meta, right? When Facebook went Meta, and started heading down that road, billions of dollars of freaking metaverse, blah, blah, blah. It's uncertainty, right? They turn around, oh shit, Facebook is getting tanked. Look at our stock, it's down 70%, right? So what did they do? We pivot hard. We're about efficiency. They laid off a bunch of people. I think Meta stock, let me look at my Meta stock really quick. We know what it was at the height. Now that's not what I'm discussing here. What I want to discuss with you, which is important with this and why I share that with you passionately, is because, okay, so Meta today is 170, all right? 170. At the low point back in November, Meta was $96. $96, which is totally down from when they were up around 223 back in March of 2022. But come on now, anybody in their right freaking mind is going to, oh no, they were as low as 95. They're back up to 172 today. You see? So Meta's on the way back up. But look how hard they were hit. Meta lost 75% of their stock value. But a great company doesn't sweat that stuff. A great company will start rebuilding, reinventing themselves. So those of you that are completely stuck in your business right now, who's been flatlining at 100 students day in and day out, year after year after year, you're not doing anything. But when you make that change to see it do this, Meta, classic example, I'm sharing it with you right now, right? At that high they were to dipping down to 90 something. You know, anybody who bought Meta at $95 and it's up to 170 now, that's a huge amount of money you would have made. You follow me? So it's the same thing here. We're not where we were pre-pandemic numbers, but our company has grown so much since the horrible year of 2020 we all went through. See, but great business minds understand that. They don't trip on it. I don't trip on it. We just pivot, adapt, make those moves, and do what we need to do. You with me? But as long as you think small, you will be small. But if you want to be big, you got to study Apple, Disney, Nike. You got to be willing to go outside of freaking 1999 for 3 classes in a uniform, folks. You with me? Who's with me? Lead the revolt, lead the rebel, okay? So that's summer. A lot of things, isn't there? What are your big takeaways? The summer of excellence? What are your big takeaways? Mom and me, dad and me, family fun day before the summer? What is your big takeaways? Do virtual classes so people remotely can still train? What is your big takeaway? In-house retention events, in-house lead building events? What is your big takeaway? You go out and buy a Kung Fu Panda, you're going to be in the park? What's your big takeaway? Buy a cotton candy machine, offer it for movies in the park? What is your big takeaway? All of it. All of it. Can you do all of it at once? No. Should you ramp up to it? Yes. Yes. I'm in your corner, folks. I am for you, the small school owner. I really am. And like I told somebody, I'll teach you to fish, right? I will freaking teach you to fish, but you will work your butt off to get there. I don't want you dependent upon me forever. I'm not some drug dealer, right? And you got to keep coming back to me for drugs. It sucks. I can't stand that mentality. It doesn't work for me in life. It doesn't empower me as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur. My goal is to teach you to fish. Do you have the courage to run with me? I don't know. Think about it. So where are we? April 23rd. It's Time Live Boston. Post that, Marco. You people on the East Coast, come join us. Get signed up now. Limited number of spots, because that's true. Marco's school is only so big, right? It's only so big. Come to It's Time Live Boston. Get signed up. Marco put the link in there. Think about the 4-day experience. You guys that really, Make the investment now. Invest in yourself now, really, and spend 4 days with me in August. It'll blow your mind, right? But you are your best investment, folks. Please. You're your best investment. Don't tell them any. Or otherwise, you're going to string you out like some good drug addict and keep you on the program. And that doesn't work. That's because now you got to upgrade to my mega program. That doesn't work. Well, I got the gold and platinum program. That's a song and dance I want nothing to do with. Nothing to do with, because that's how it's designed. I get that. If somebody made a perfect car that never needs servicing, guess what? They'd go broke. You don't make money off buying the car. You make the money on you servicing it for years and years with us, right? Same thing here. If my washing machine was designed to never break down, they'd be out of business. They make money off servicing that damn washing machine. It's the same thing here. Most consulting businesses are designed where you buy the product, pay good money, and then you're dependent upon them through some kind of subscription. I don't believe in that. I will challenge myself each and every day to teach you to freaking fish. I know consultants don't like me. That's okay. I am the anti-consultant, right? I'm the anti-consultant. I'm cool with that. Cool. All right. So Marco, who has shared this today? Who has shared this? And who's going to be the person winning a one-day ticket to either Boston, either Balance in San Francisco, or you want to convert that to a consulting with me for an hour? You are more than welcome to do that. Marco, who is the big winner? Marco's going, man, he threw that at me fast. And while Marco's doing that, I want to, today's winner is Jason Smith. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe Jason will use that for a consulting, or maybe bringing one in his team members, because I know he's coming to Balance. He can use that for one of the day and discount the cost. Or maybe he's going to come up to Boston, bring a couple of people. You make it happen, Jason. Congratulations to you, my brother. Let's thank our sponsors. Who do we have? Who do we have? Dun, 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 dun. We have Market Muscles, My Studio, Kids Love Life Skills, LC Accounting, Tucson. Thank you to my sponsors. You know why? They don't censor me. They don't tell me what to say. I wouldn't work with them otherwise. They respect and value my belief system, and they back me up. And I'm very, 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 very grateful for that. Without our sponsors, there would be no show. There would be no show. So thank you to my sponsors so much. A lot of work, isn't it, folks? I wish I could tell you. It was a turnkey operation. Your life is not turnkey. I work at my life as hard today at 61 as I did at 40, as I did at 50. And that's as honest as I can be with you. But you got to do the real work. You want to work smart. You want to work right. But all of this needs to happen if you want to make summertime one of the most profitable times of year. Cool? Thank you, Marco, for holding up the back end of all of this craziness here. Share this with as many people as you can. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Every episode of Success Never Sleeps is there. Every episode of this is available in my podcast, Success Never Sleeps. Look for that podcast. Subscribe to my podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow me at Instagram. Follow me at The Disruptors. I post car talks every day. I'm in the mix like you in real time every day. So I'm constantly have this conscious stream of consciousness I share with people about what's going on in my business. I'm not asking you to do it like me, but it might trigger you to think differently. It might inspire you to work on an area of your business where you're weak on. All of it. Stay connected. That is the key. Consistently. I am Brannon Beliso. This is what Success Never Sleeps. Until we talk again, what are you going to go out there and do? Live your best life.